So we're always looking for, the next thing to add to our lives,
Yeah.
right? A new habit, a new skill, more productivity.
It's always about becoming more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this narrative we're diving into today, it flips that completely on its head.
Right.
It suggests that real growth isn't about becoming, it's about, well, unbecoming.
It's this concept of subtraction as a form of healing.
Mm.
And the material focuses on this woman, Elena.
Right, Elena.
And what's so striking is that she isn't in some kind of crisis of failure. She's successful, she's competent, but she describes her internal state not as broken, but as crowded.
That word crowded it caught my attention immediately. We usually hear about people feeling empty or lost.
Mm-hmm.
Crowded implies she's full of things she never actually chose. The responsible one, the agreeable one.
The strong one.
Mm.
And those are all labels that society rewards, which is the real trap.
It is.
I mean, she didn't develop these personas to be fake. She developed them to survive. She learned very early that her raw, unfiltered self just wasn't enough to get that safety or love she needed.
So she curated herself. It's a high-functioning survival mechanism, really.
Yeah.
You soften the parts people don't like. You amplify the parts that make you useful to them.
But the adaptation worked almost too well.
Yeah, that's the tragedy here, isn't it? She got so good at being what everyone else needed that she completely lost sight of the actual person underneath the performance.
And the source material has this fantastic phrase for it. It calls it being overshaped.
Overshaped. I love that.
It's such a powerful reframe. It's not that she disappeared into nothing. It's that she was molded by all these external demands until, the original form was just gone.
The adaptation accidentally became a disappearance.
Precisely.
And there's a line in the narrative that it pins down exactly why this happened. Elena admits, I didn't know who I was without being useful.
Oof, that is terrifying.
Isn't it? She tethered her entire existence to her utility.
And that's the critical psychological pivot. When you equate your identity with your function, you stop being a human being.
Yeah.
You start being an appliance.
An appliance, wow.
You exist to function for others. And if you stop being useful, if you're not the fixer, you feel like you'll just cease to exist.
Which explains why the solution isn't self-improvement. If you're already overshaped, you don't need more shaping.
You absolutely do not need another skill or another layer. You need to scrape off the layers that were never yours to begin with.
The source calls it an archaeological dig.
Yes. You aren't building something new, you're excavating. The whole healing process described here is about unlearning all those behaviors that kept you safe, but are now, suffocating you.
It's asking, is this my voice or a recording I've been playing my whole life?
It sounds liberating, but it's also scary.
Incredibly scary. I mean, dropping the responsible act means you risk people not liking who's underneath. You risk disappointing them.
For sure. I kept waiting for Elena's big moment where she just burns her life down,
Yeah.
Quits the job, moves away.
But she doesn't. And that, I think, is the most important takeaway from this deep dive. The shift wasn't some huge, dramatic explosion.
No, it was a quiet, internal inquiry. She didn't have to change her whole life. She just had to change her relationship with her own history.
And it all came down to a single question she started asking herself, not, how can I be better?
Is this who I am or who I learned to be?
And that it cuts right through all the conditioning, doesn't it?
It forces you to separate your nature from your nurturing.
It's a heavy question to leave on the table, but maybe a necessary one. We've confused our survival strategies with our personalities all the time.
And the whole journey isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you were before the world told you who you had to be.
A lot to chew on. Thanks for exploring this with me.
Always a pleasure.